Just going to get this out of the way now. This massive dog fart's coming from under the table. Good God, dude.
Oh, yeah, because he's faced your way. His head's laying on my feet, so
it's wafting right up with the sour dog ass and mixing with the heat of the electrical equipment. And it's sizzling it in my nose. That's actually helping. But what I was going to say is, if I sound like shit, it's because I'm getting over an illness and my lungs are all fucked up.
That's what I'm saying. He's just trying to help clear your system out.
Oh, he's
being a good boy.
If I smell it, that's bad. Sucks fucking donkey balls. You know it doesn't suck donkey balls.
What?
I got good news. Okay. So I got multiple news fronts here.
Okay.
As of the airing of this, my story Undying Island has come out and has been published in the Siren's Call, issue number 65. You can read that right now.
Yeah, because that one's like an e-zine, right?
Yeah, it's easy. It's a free download. If you go to calebjamesk.com and go to the publications tab, just click on Siren's Call and it'll download it right there.
There you go.
Or I had a post on there as well if you want to read about it. And listen to that.
So easy.
Speaking of sirens. I just did that. I'm not contagious because Minnie didn't get it. Also, as the airing of this, because May 2nd, I have a story coming out in Mini Mag. And I forget the name of that story. But again, if you go to calebjamesk.com publications, I'll have the link for that. And that is also a digital download for free. So 2 free stories this week, I guess.
Yeah.
Rip it. I don't care. Just let them do it. Just let them do it.
You don't have anything in there that you shouldn't be getting into?
Actually, worse. See this solo cup I'm drinking out of?
Yeah.
I had one down here yesterday. And I went upstairs for a minute, and I came down, and it was just shredded. He shredded the solo cup for some reason. I don't know what it did to him. And there was a paper towel right next to it. Left that alone. Normally, he likes paper, but he was like, I want the metal and the plastic and all the things that hurt my gums. What's the other news I have, Spencer? As the airing of this. When does this... Hold on, let me see when this episode actually drops. Yeah. The calendar. I'm looking at it.
Dates and times.
So this episode will drop on the 9th. Which means tomorrow. I have another story out, and this one you have to pay for, you fucks. This is my sword and sorcery story. If you go to Instagram, I have a promo up I put up today, which will be a week old when this airs. Asher Kang versus the Army of the Undead, which will be in Ethereal Nightmares. That is by Dark Homes Publishing, and they are doing some cool shit. I'm really excited for that. So that is a long, sprawling story, and it is worth... I think it's like $10 or something they're charging. They're going to have hardcovers too, which probably be a little more, but other than the international shipping, which I don't know what that'll cost, I think it's going to be through Amazon still, so it should be affordable.
Yeah.
Like you might get the shipping free. I don't know. I have to look, but that should come out in due post haste. I don't know what I'm saying. That'll be out, and I'm excited for that. And the final bit of news, which is not publishing related, I finished the Robert E. Howard Bram Mac Morn short story collection, and it was all right.
Yeah.
Half of it was like unfinished stories and stuff, like the second half. And I mean, you got some manuscripts where you could just see like him fucking around with the story that you already read. But that's why I was able to finish it so fast. There's a lot of that stuff you're just like, I don't skim through it and skip it. And then I started Nightjar by Paul Jameson. So.
What's that?
I talked about Life of Maggot, which is actually the second novel set in that, but I think it's actually considered a prologue to Nightjar.
Okay.
So one of the off chances that I accidentally read a sequel to something without knowing there was a first one, but it works because it goes before the first one. So, but it's like a dystopian future medieval kind of story.
Okay.
And it's written in very interesting language. I really like Life of Maggot, so like 30 pages into Nightjar, and I'm really digging it as well.
And say I'm getting close to like 300 pages in American Gods.
Cool.
Been enjoying it.
You say 300?
Yeah.
There you go. That's like halfway, right?
Yeah, almost. Yeah, because I think at least on the like I got like a mass paperback. It's like 740 something. So get in there.
Just let him settle.
Yeah.
Just dog farts. He's trying to escape the heat because it's warm, but it's cooler down here than it is anywhere else.
Yeah.
Anyway, that is all I have for news, unless you have news.
I don't believe so.
Well, this episode is going to be a short one because I'm ill and my lungs are already fucking hurting and I keep coughing. And even though I'll edit the coughs out, it's still going to be troublesome. So it's going to be like a 10-minute episode. That's fine. Also, read my fiction, please.
Read it.
Read it. I know you don't want to buy stuff, but you could at least read the free stuff.
Yeah.
No reason not to. It's a click away. And it's a cool story. Got great feedback on it. So anyway, stick around and we'll talk about stuff. You're listening to the Drunken podcast. I didn't even do it right.
I think you have your lungs are fucked up, and you're like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna try to do a funny voice.
I didn't even say the writing part. You are listening to the Drunken Pen Writing Podcast. I'm your host, Caleb James. With me today, as always, here every fucking episode for some reason, Spencer, the Montreal Muff Murderer Church.
Oh.
I made you a stud.
Yeah.
You're murdering Muff. You're moiding it. You get up and down muffin. You know what I saw?
God.
I might have sent it to you. I don't remember what I saw it on. It was like a meme. I don't even really remember. It was just something along the lines of like people from the 90s, 80s and 90s find like their dad's old porn.
Okay.
The guy was talking about like, I think the meme was like the one's favorite porn. And it was just called Fuck Me Where I Stink.
I don't remember you sending that to me.
I don't think it was on. I don't know what it was on. It might have been on Twitter. That's why.
That seems like something that would be on Twitter.
Just the name. Yeah. And it's just like, can you think of any way to make a porno sound the least amount of sex appeal to it at all? Fuck me where I stink. Oh, yuck. So today is a highbrow episode. Because I'm sick and I want a quick episode, I'm going to read some famous literary quotes and I'm going to ask, demand your opinion / reaction. That doesn't sound good.
I was like, we're gonna have to give you like an oxygen tank.
I sound like a fucking wheezing ghost. I'm a haunt. All right. So I'm going to read the quote, and then I'm going to tell you where the quote's from. And then I'll even give you a synopsis of the quote.
Okay.
Because that's what
this person did.
EnglishTrackers.com says.
Okay.
And this is an actual article. It's literally just a list of quotes with a brief break. Not even a breakdown of the quotes, I don't think. I think it's just telling you.
Is it are they quotes from the story or quotes that the authors just said like in
story?
Okay.
Works. I don't know. We'll find out. I didn't read the 4-sentence intro. This says inspirational literary quotes. I don't know if they're all inspirational. It could be. I don't need inspiration right now. I need the opposite of that. I'm going to have to ask you to read these all. And the first one is from Dante's Inferno. No. You know what? Before we start, I did want to ask you a question I was thinking of, and I completely forgot. I was actually going to be in the old cold open before I got all this news. As of 2024, what has been the most challenging work you've read to date? Whole life.
I'd probably have to put it. It's probably up there with Dante's Inferno.
Going with the Divine Comedy
or Blood Meridian.
Yeah, but now I'm not going to speak for you because I was.
Now I could probably read that thing after the fucking Divine Comedy. I could probably read that with my fucking eyes closed, but.
I was thinking of including Blood Meridian for one of my answers, but then I thought, well, no, I didn't find Blood Meridian challenging. I was just bored.
Yeah, okay.
Like, I didn't find, the language is somewhat challenging, but it wasn't anything I couldn't get through, you know?
Right.
So I think I narrowed mine down to the Silmarillion.
Yeah.
I
could see that.
I think that was probably the toughest.
What about fucking Jerusalem?
Jerusalem was just long. I mean, there was a couple chapters that were kind of tricky, but I wouldn't consider that challenging necessarily.
Well, put it like this. So I would say that and Don Quixote are roughly about like the same size, right?
Yeah.
And you went through Don Quixote way faster than, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but Don Quixote is just a simple story. It's not a bunch of literary experiments.
But I mean, wouldn't that make it like
yes,
that's
I see what you're saying. Like there were sections that's read like Finnegan's Wake. It's very difficult, but it's not more difficult than the Silmarillion. And What was the other one I was thinking of?
House of Leaves?
No, that wasn't challenging. That was just kind of irritating at times.
David Foster Wallace?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I'm just trying to think of stuff like those episodes you did with like Ashley, and I haven't probably read too much Ashley like difficult, fiction really.
I would put Foster Wallace if it was like Infinite Jest or something, which I have not read. It was just the short stories. If they weren't short stories, which read super fucking long, I might have been like, okay, this is impossible.
See, I couldn't remember if you read something else besides those short stories or not.
No. Crane Achille by Martin O'Kine, the English translation, Graveyard Clay, it wasn't the language that was challenging. It was the fact that it was written in a style that was very... I've never seen anyone write like that. It's like no quotations or anything. It's just a bunch of dead people in a graveyard all talking at the exact same time.
Oh, yeah, I remember you've talked about that before.
To figure out what the fuck's going on in that was a little challenging, but I really enjoyed that. So that's one of those things, like I enjoyed it more than the challenge would have, made me think otherwise. Yeah, so I'm gonna probably go with the Silmarillion. Honestly, the Divine Comedy, I didn't actually find challenging. I just got bored.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's probably a good more chunk of it. Probably.
Well, there were so many notes, you really couldn't unless you skip all the notes and stuff. It's hard to not understand what's going on because it's fucking spelled out for you. It's just like, I don't need to do all this shit. Anyway, let's get on these literary quotes.
Yeah.
Enough jabber-jacking.
Jabber-jawing.
Jobber-japping.
No, that sounds...
Jobber-jacking. Jacking jobbers in wrestling, huh?
Everybody needs to win every once in a while.
My lungs don't fucking work, so I pick a reading episode. It is a far, far better thing that I do than I have ever done. It is a far, far better rest I go to than I have ever known. And that is A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Big Dickens. I'm going to try to do that with everyone on this list.
Charles Big Dickens.
Charles Big Dickens. So at the end of A Tale of Two Cities, great, spoiler.
Honestly, I haven't. Have you read?
No.
Yeah.
Dude, your fucking ass stinks. Oh, he's under me now, so it's literally it's encapsulating my body. So at the end of A Tale of Two Cities, Sidney Carton is awaiting his death by guillotine. For the sake of love, Carton has deliberately swapped places with another, and in this quote is contemplating both his own self-sacrifice and the fate of France. I would not do that. Well, I guess it would depend. I mean, like it was like my wife, and it's like, hey, they're going to cut her head off, and then cut your head off. I'm like, yeah, fuck. That's a tough one.
We got to figure out at that time, too, might be like, you know what? Having my head cut off might be better than living.
There's a lot worse ways to go, too. Next up.
But that just depends on how sharp the blade is.
Yeah, it's dull as fuck. It's gonna they're just gonna come up with a hammer and hit you in the back of the head a bunch of times to get it to cut through.
You're the sixth heading of the day.
Yeah. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given us. The Fellowship of the Ring. J.R.R. Big Dick Tolkien. They won't all be big dick, but I couldn't think. I'm not witty today. This quote is from a conversation between Gandalf and Frodo and follows Gandalf's telling of the story of the ring. Frodo expresses regret that these things have happened during his lifetime. Gandalf's response suggests both a responsibility to do that which we have been destined to do and a lack of control over our fates. Out of all the great quotes in that book, that's the one they go with. The shortest.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's interesting. You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the one who will decide where to go. Can you guess who did that one?
I kind of want to say like Dr. Seuss.
Oh, the place you'll go. Dr. Big Dick Seuss. It's pronounced Seuss, by the way. I mean, everyone says Seuss, but apparently he pronounced the Seuss like a fucking, like an imbecile.
Well, I mean, maybe that kind of, like, I don't know, that kind of goes in like the weird kind of cartoony, I'm Dr. Seuss.
I'm Dr. Seuss, yeah. For a children's book, Oh, the Places You'll Go is pretty inspirational. Okay, I shouldn't have picked inspirational. That's my problem. It matters not what someone is born, but what they grow to be. This is the unexpected source.
Yeah.
Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire by J.K. Hates Trans People Rowling. Little Dick Energy Rowling. Big Clit Rowling. J.K. Big Clit Rowling. J.K. Twisted Clit Rowling. Why she's mad. It's twisted. It's backwards. It's an innie.
It's Santa.
It's like a grain of sand gets stuck in it, but instead of making a pearl, it just makes an asshole. Another book written for children but loved by adults. This is a comment made by Professor Albus Dumbledore to Cornelius Fudge. His name is corny fudge. I didn't know that. I didn't know there's a corny fudge in there.
Oh, funny.
Ew. That's a corn and poop joke, Spencer, if you didn't catch it. Cornelius, I don't care what he expressed. He hates muggles and mudbloods. I don't know if that's, I just said that. I don't know if that's true. I don't know what the difference is. Is a muggle a regular person or is a mudblood?
I don't know.
Mudblood. Is that...
I've heard a comedian talk about that.
Is that black folk? It's in English. She sounds racist.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is broken down in different quotes. So now we're going to romantic.
Ooh, yeah.
Romance. If you want to lick on some clit and make a squirty, purty, quirty. Oh, sorry.
Baby likes it raw. Where's it from? That's the quote. What about that was the quote on there?
Ooh, baby, I like it raw. Ooh, baby, I like it raw. ODB. Old, but spelled with the E. Old dear Tay Bastard.
Just the most fanciest, like, fucking, whatever, calligraphy writing.
But I, being poor, have only my dreams. I have spread my dreams under your feet. Tread softly because you tread on my dreams. Ooh. Dream talks. Oh, you should get this right away.
I got nothing.
He wishes for the cloths of heaven.
Well, who did the dream one?
This is the dream one.
Oh.
This is the title of the work.
Oh.
Unsophisticated, can't even.
What's so long?
He wishes for the cloths of heaven. WB drowned in pussy Yeats. Or Yates. I always forget. Is it Yates or Yeats? It's Yeats, but I think it's Yates.
Yeah.
It's one of them foreigns.
Yates sounds better.
Welsh or English or Irish or Scottish or Britain. Just Britain. I've been reading a lot of racist Robert E. Howard, because the whole Black Man Mourn, whatever the fuck it's called, the whole collection is just about racial purity and arrogance. It's just about different bloodlines fighting. I'm like, they're all white.
Yeah.
It's all white people hating each other, which is nice.
Yeah.
I think there's one use of Chinaman in a derogatory, which is always derogatory. But
well, yeah.
All right. Oh, I guess I should probably describe that one a little. Not being satisfied with roses or diamonds, in this poem, Yeats suggests that if he had access to them, he would lay out the heavens for his love to walk on. Oh, isn't that pretty?
Aww.
Whatever our souls are made of, his and mine are the same. Wuthering Heights by Emily Slappendongs Bronte. Here Kathy is talking to Nellie. The rapper?
Yeah.
No. I'm trying to hot in here.
Yeah.
Getting hot in here. I don't fucking listen to Nelly. Nelly sucks.
I can't, like... I guess he still does stuff. I don't know.
Who knows? Here Kathy is talking to Nellie, the family servant, about her inescapable connection to Heathcliff. Huxtable?
Yeah.
The pudding pops. She recognizes that her feelings for Linton, whom she is going to marry, are entirely different to her almost spiritual relationship with Heath. God, it's so boring.
It's romance.
Why do people like those fucking lady books from the 1800s? I can't relate.
No.
Ooh, this is a good one. Oh, you're gonna like this one. You should definitely get this.
Okay.
But soft. I can't. Yeah. It's an exclamation, but I can't enunciate. I can't be loud.
You okay?
My lungs aren't. But it starts off. But soft. What light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Or if you're Spanish, Juliet.
Juliet.
Come on, you know that one.
Yeah,
it's in the fucking.
Yeah, Romeo and Juliet.
Romeo and Juliet by Slick Willie Shakespeare.
Bill Shakespeare.
Bill Shakespeare. I like Slick Willie better.
Yeah.
Maybe the most famous. Oh, we all fucking know it.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, literary quotes for business. Now we're picking up.
For business?
Business. Made weak by time and fate, but strong in will. To strive, to seek, to find, and not to yield. You're not going to get that one.
No.
That's Ulysses by my big stud muffin man, Alfred Lord Tennyson.
Yeah? Big stuffed?
Big Lord Tennyson fan?
Yeah, big Lord Tennyson.
He's a big stud. In this poem, Ulysses of Troy fame, and also known as Odysseus, has completed his 10-year voyage home to Ithaca from Troy and is considering his future as an older man. 10 years? I thought it was longer than that. I read it, and I thought it was longer. Maybe they changed the dates.
Maybe.
It seemed like a long fucking 10 years because it took me 10 years to read the goddamn thing. Whenever you feel like criticizing anyone, just remember that all the people in this world haven't had the advantages that you've had. Oh, come on. Everyone knows that one.
I mean, that sounds familiar, but I don't...
You haven't read it, but I'm sure you've heard it.
No, what is it?
The Great Gatsby by Fuck Scott Fitzgerald.
Why fuck Scott Fitzgerald?
The F's got to be fuck.
Yeah.
Why would it be? It's got to be fuck.
Gotta be fuck.
Why would it be fuck? It's got to be fuck. That was one of the best scenes. It's like, why? Why say fuck Scott Fitzgerald? What did he do to you? Nick Carraway is the narrator of this story. Now, he is portrayed as an everyman. In other words, a typical human being. Oh, it's gay. It's gayness. He's a gay guy. I'm saying he's gay because he comes off as very gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get pussy thrown at him. He's like, I'm going to turn it down. And then I'm going to go with a studly chick that likes golf. He's a golfer. Golfer chick from the 1920s. Ugh. The hair. Big burlap sack of a dress. Yuck. Fucking yuck, Nick. Nick the dick. Okay, this is one of my favorite ones. Real courage is when you know you're licked before you begin, but you begin anyway and see it through no matter what. To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. I can't say anything.
No.
I can't give her a name like that. Actually, I could because I don't even know if she read or wrote the book anymore.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, there's some conspiracy that the editor did most of the book writing or something.
Really?
Yeah, and she only did the one book, and then like after she died or about to die,
that other one came out, right?
Yeah, it was a sequel, but it was actually like a prequel, or it was like something that was never supposed to be released, and I guess it's just mad racist.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
The Meaning of Life, Spencer. This is where we are now.
Okay.
This article's got to end soon.
It can end whenever you want then, Caleb.
Yeah, that's true. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with a sleep. The Tempest by Slick Willie Shakespeare.
Oh.
Here, what Prospero's referring to is the sleep of death. He is alluding to the transitory nature of life, likening it to the temporary world of acting and the ephemeral realm of the spirits.
I'm acting.
Acting. All right, John Lovitz, shut up. Ain't nobody want to hear John Lovitz. Oh, man. Oh, I need a minute.
Need a minute? Take a breather. Gather yourself.
Oh, another correction.
Okay.
So last week,
this
during
is
the
going to be
episode,
a new segment of...
I couldn't say the word ambiguity. I kept saying ambiguity, and it was sounding real fucking dumb, and I don't know why I did that.
Now, when you do that, do you fight the urge of like trying to delete it out and just trying to say the word real quickly? But
I can't. For full transparency, people need to know that I am also an idiot. This isn't just a fucking single lane train track where you're the one who blunders through things. I also blunder through, but I have the ability to edit my blunders.
Yeah, you just leave all mine in.
Actually, I edit some of yours out. Some. But some of the ones that make me laugh, I keep them. I keep them and I amplify them. I cut out all the other dialogue and just leave a chunk of you saying something dumb and then loop it over and over and over. No, I could.
You've done that before.
I have done that before. Next up. A bear, however hard he tries, grows tubby without exercise.
I like that.
Yeah, it's a good life quote. When We Were Very Young by A. Ron. That's not A. Milne. A self-explanatory excerpt from a much-loved Winnie the Pooh poem. This quote might appeal to those of you who enjoy food, but understand the benefits of... All right, exercise. Just physically fit. Okay, this is one of my favorite from Lord of the Rings, and it's the most simple.
Mm-hmm.
Not all those who wander are lost.
Yeah, that's a... Yeah, I've heard that one before.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's been used, like reused a whole bunch of times.
Yeah, I don't know why this would be life motivation, but this is a good one. The answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything is 42.
Yeah, isn't that...
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Douglas, Harry Dick Adams, uncircumcised Adams. British. That's it.
That's all of them, or you're just giving up? Yeah, do it into the shirt. That's helping a whole bunch.
That's all was on the list. My fucking...
I think you have another article in you.
Okay. Give me a book. A famous book. Give me a famous book.
No.
Say a famous book name. No, classic literature.
Your face.
No, say anything.
No.
Any book.
Just to end it.
It's only 26 minutes.
Could you put some filler in there?
And a musical introduction by Bon Jovi. And I just play a Bon Jovi song and then get sued to hell. You're not helping.
Okay.
All right, because you wouldn't pick. I'm picking Blood Meridian.
Okay.
Blood Meridian quotes.
Just remember, you the one that's have to read them.
You are correct.
Blood Meridian.
I know there's a problem. It takes.
You should do Dante and Phono quotes.
Here is the first quote for
Blood Meridian.
Oh, God. The truth about the world, he said, is that anything is possible. Had you not seen it all from birth and thereby bled it of its strangeness, it would appear to you for what it is, a hat trick in a medicine show, a fevered dream, a trance populated with chimeras having neither analog nor precedent.
You feel good about yourself right now?
An itinerant carnival, a migratory tent show whose ultimate destination, after many a pitch in many a mudded field, is unspeakable and calamitous beyond reckoning.
How many sentences was that? Like two?
It's not done. The universe is so narrow. The universe is no narrow thing, and the order within it is not constrained by any latitude in its conception to repeat what exists in one part in any other part. Even in this world, more things exist without our knowledge than with it, and then the order in creation which you see is that which you have put there, like a string in a maze, so that you so that you shall not lose your way. For existence has its own order, and that no man's mind can compass, that mind itself being but a fact among others.
How can I, I didn't think a quote could be a page long.
Ugh. That's actually a shorter quote. Oh, God, I got to read this one. Okay, we're going to end it on this one, because this should take us to the 40-minute mark.
I can say by the time you get done reading it, it should be good.
Okay.
Blood Meridian.
Or the Evening Redness in the West. Stupid fucking name, Evening Redness. Wait, just get it out of there.
Yeah.
Just get it out of there, Cormac.
Blood Meridian is a good title. Like, that's a good name.
Yeah, Blood Meridian's a great name. A legion of horribles, hundreds in number, half naked or clad in costumes, Attic or biblical, or wardrobed out of a fevered dream with the skins of animals and silk finery and pieces of uniform still tracked with the blood of prior owners, coats of slain dragoons. What's a dragoon?
Sounds like a pasta.
Sounds like a fucking. It sounds like a transsexual dragon. Sounds like a rawr. Coats of slain dragoons, frogged and braided cavalry jackets, one in a stovepipe hat and one with an umbrella, and one in white stockings and a bloodstained wedding veil, and some in headgear or crane feathers or rawhide helmets that bore the horns of bull or buffalo, and one is a pigeon-tailed coat worn backwards and otherwise naked, and one in the armor of a Spanish conquistador. The breastplate and pauldrons deeply dented with old blows of mace or saber done in another country by men whose very bones were dust, and many with their braids spliced up with the hair of other beasts until they trailed upon the ground, and their horses' ears and tails worked with bits of brightly colored cloth. And there's no fucking goddamn commas. And one whose horse's whole head was painted crimson red, and all the horsemen's faces gaudy and grotesque with dubbings like a company of mounted clowns. Death hilarious, all howling in a barbarous tongue, and riding down upon them like a horde from a hell more horrible yet than the brimstone land of Christian reckoning. Screeching and yammering and cloth and smoke like those vaporous beings in regions beyond right knowing where the eye wanders and the lip jerks and drools. That was one sentence.
That was one sentence?
Yes. And there was minimal commas. There's
Jesus.
like 4 commas in that. That's why I'm wheezing. So, if you ever need a good reading exercise.
I was thinking I should have got on my phone and timed you when you started just to see how long it took.
You know what? Just to offset that awfulness, I'll do a reading of something I like. Who the fuck is Finnegan Biden? Why would that even come up as a fucking option? Is it because Joe Biden has become so fucking mumbly rambly that they're liking him to Finnegan's Wake now? Anyway, so there's got to be something legible in Finnegan's Wake. So there has to be quotes you could take from that book that are great, I would imagine.
Sure.
So here we go. Finnegan's Wake quote. So, it's a made-up word.
It just starts up with a made-up word.
So, a velaval, my leaves have drifted from me, all but one clings still. I bear it on me to remind me of Luft. So soft this morning ours, yes, carry me along, Taddy, like you done to the toy fair. If I seen him bearing down on me now under widespread wings like he'd come from archangels, I'd sink, I'd die down over his feet, humbly, dumbly, only to wash up. So that was mostly legible.
I just wanted to add, like, as were you in the mid, just be like...
See, these quotes aren't too bad if you just break them down, like this one. Let us leave theories there and return to here's here.
That's eligible.
The Grace Hopper was always jigging a jog, hoppy on a canton his joy city. It's not quite. Here's a better one. Loud heap miseries upon us, yet entwine our arts with laughters low. Oh, the words. You know what I'm going to do for you?
What are you gonna do for me?
So I'm going to end the episode.
Oh, again.
So I'm going to do the outro real quick.
All right.
And then I'm just going to read Finnegan's Wake, and then I'm just going to fade the episode while I'm reading it.
Okay.
So if you like this episode, which I don't see why you would, because it's terrible, because I can't fucking breathe and I'm reading stuff, you can follow us at DPW Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube. You can like and share and all that stuff on iTunes and anything else you're on. Apple Podcasts, whatever it may be. Spotify, I think, has an option where you can review now. Spencer's OnlyFans. He is murdering Muff in Montreal. He's fucking wanted, but they allow him to do it on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Are you actually murdering, or are you just like,
Yeah.
in and out?
Yeah.
Out and in, or you just slap it on the top? Is that why J.K. Rowling's so fucking angry? Just slapping it on the
top, just ripping.
And what's the other thing I have to say? CalebJamesK.com. You can check out my publication history. It has been updated. So, this is how Finnegan's Wake begins. River run past even Adams from Swerve ashore to Benda Bay brings us by a commodious vicus of recirculation back to House Castle and environs. Sir Tristram Villard de Mars, free over the short sea, has Pacincor re-arrived from North America. On this side, the scraggly isthmus of Europe minor to wield and fight his Pensacola war, nor Haptop Sawyer's rocks by the stream on Cunsey exaggerated themselves to Lawrence County's Gorios while they went doubling their mumper all the time. Nor voice from afire bellows Mishi to a toff to Patrick. Not yet through venison after had a kit's butted in the blad old Isaac. Not yet though all is fair in Venacy, where Soisy Seathers wroth with Twan Thunder Joe. Rot the peck a paws, mountain men to gem a sham, brewed by Arclight and Rory under the Regan bro, was to be seen ringsome on the aqua.